You know, I was there from the beginning as a holder, and at the beginning it was just like people having fun online collecting cute penguins.
It's a multi-billion-dollar business right now, right?
Yeah.
Ja, hallo alle zusammen. Wir sind immer noch auf der Conference in Dortmund und neben mir sitzt Fifi von den Pudgy Penguins. Einige von euch kennen die vielleicht. Das ist mittlerweile die erfolgreichste NFT-Kollektion. Mir selber laufen die ständig über den Weg, wenn ich auf WhatsApp GIFs verschicken will. Mittlerweile kooperieren die mit Walmart, haben ein eigenes Spiel und es ist eine ganz süße, coole Brand, die, glaube ich, seit 2 Jahren existiert, und wir werden jetzt ein bisschen darüber reden, was er eigentlich bei den Pudgy Penguins macht und was die eigentlich sind. Hey Fifi, thanks for talking to us. First of all, Fifi is your real name?
Of course, as a penguin, I am my penguin and my penguin is me. And I'm Fifi today.
Ah, it's the name of your penguin?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Is this your penguin?
No, it's a penguin of a community member.
Okay.
And like all the toys that I made are with real penguins. So the holder gets royalties on the sales.
Okay.
We like a decentralized IP. So your penguin, you can use it for your brand. You can use it as you want, you know, you can make products out of it. Or you can let companies do things.
Can we step back a moment? What is Pudgy Penguin? Like, it's a decentralized brand. You have penguin, like, what?
You're lost? Okay. So Pudgy Penguins, basically it's a collection of penguins. You have 3 main collections. One is a big penguin.
It's the most successful one, right?
It's been quite successful.
It's a multi-billion-dollar business right now, right?
It grew so much. You know, I was there from the beginning as a holder, and it's been so exciting because at the beginning it was just like people having fun online collecting cute penguins. Basically, it stood out of the rest because it was cute and fun.
Yeah.
But then the community started to like imagine things like that. This could be what it is today. It means a proper brand with products, with movies, games, books, and yeah, we wouldn't let the penguins just be something that lasts 6 months on the internet. So we pushed hard, and now we are here with a lot of products, a lot of things happening worldwide. The main company is based in the US, but you have the European community, the Asian community pushing as well on their side. So it's very exciting. But as I said, every penguin is a unique penguin that the person who owns the NFT owns the IP rights of.
This penguin.
So if you have a penguin, you are this penguin if you want, but you can use it for your brand. If, for example, you're an entrepreneur and I know you have a consumer good brand and you want to put it on there, you can. And that's what's really unique about it. It's a decentralized brand in that way.
Basically, it would be like if you guys would be Nintendo, everybody owns one owns Zelda, one owns Mario,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, another example, Pokemon. You would own one of the Pokemons. The Smurfs, you would own one of the Smurfs, you know? So it's crazy.
It's pretty exciting, but how does it work as a company?
So the company, they can do products. They can propose, like for these toys, for example.
Yeah.
They opened, let's say, a candidacy, like who wants to be featured in the toys, and they picked 50 of them that looked really good for toys in different formats. It can be figurines, plushies, etc. And they just, launched the products. And now, as I believe you said, because I don't speak German, but I heard Walmart is one of the main stores which has them in the US. But you have Target and other stores which has them now. And it's one of the most successful, like, new toy brand in the world, but it's not a toy brand, it's a IP company, you know. We have a children's book in the works, which has done very good in pre-sales because the whole Web3 community is so excited to see like real life products that they know and love, so they support, you know. And that's how it meets success so fast. It's because with the power of community, you have thousands and thousands of people for who Pudgy Penguins is something exciting and new and they can be a part of. We also have a coin now with 1 million holders. So all these people, they are part of it. And therefore, when there is a product that can reach mass, they will support.
I'm still digesting what I hear because
No worries.
it's cool, but it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
So basically, Pudgy Penguins is a brand where everybody owns a piece of it, and you get like paid if your penguin does something, gets featured,
Exactly.
and you can sell it, and it, I guess, increases in value. All the penguins as in NFTs increase in value with the...
Exactly. We have a platform called Overpass IP, which is the legal part of it. So it's like if the main company or third-party company wants to use penguins in their products, they basically open for candidacies. They explain what they want to do.
Yeah.
Penguins apply, and they choose, and they sign a proper like legal contract in writing, you know. And so they decide if it's a payment upfront for the use for 1 year, or is it for 3 years, and or is it a royalty paid yearly on the product? So everything can be decided, and this way it's you know, legal in the real normal world, and at the same time it's efficient because we're using blockchain for the contract.
That's what would be my next question. Couldn't you do all of this without blockchain, without a coin, without NF? Like, could it not be working on something else? Do you really need a blockchain for that?
Did you get decentralized brands in the past where people could have an like for example a character of a brand so complex, like in the normal historic way? So on the legal part, I'm not even sure it's something you could do. You know, like imagine you want to create a brand and you create, let's say, 1,000 characters or whatever, and you're like, okay, so we will sell the rights of those 1,000. Like, how much of a mess it would be just on that part. But I think the real magic here is, especially the penguin, there are PFPs. There are pictures you can use online. You create a community. It's not just the rights. It's not just, oh, I have the legal rights, I invested. It's like you can use it to yourself proliferate the brand, and as a PFP become the penguin, you know, online, on Instagram, on Twitter. And that's really something you wouldn't have without the NFTs and the blockchain. It's not about owning the picture, it's about owning the token that is the proof of ownership. And the social aspect of it, you can't do without blockchain. I mean, there is no example in the past of that much empowerment of the people. And the fact that we have a token now is because the NFTs are limited, and at some point, you know, they become so expensive that you can lose this aspect of community if you can't grow more than 10,000 people in the world, because you have to pay so much in euros to get one, that the token, now we have more than 1 million holders, so it allows people to still have a stake in it, to share it, because it's different when you have the token of a brand versus you're just out there as a passive consumer. You don't feel as much involved. So it's why it's also important to have this token.
So basically everybody is working together to increase the value of the brand, instead of a company where... How is it alike with a company, and how is it alike? What aspects are like being a company? Do you have a CEO? Do you have like...
Yeah. There is a main company based in Miami with a CEO and actually a lot of people, I think more than 100 employees. And they are like the arm, the central arm that does things, you know, will negotiate the deal with Walmart, will have the main like Instagram account, produce the content over there, produce the GIFs that are everywhere. Like they will have everyone working on ideas that sometimes come from the community, sometimes comes from them. And you have a central entity, but at the same time, you have both benefits of having a central company that can do things fast and in a, let's say, traditional manner. And at the same time, the holders, the community, which will push in very different ways all around the world, and allow it to grow much faster than if it was just the company.
Yeah, that's so cool, because I think like when people talk about NFTs, including me, they're always like, yeah, that's these bored apes that were once worth $1 million and overhyped and then crashed to 10,000. and basically it's just wash trading pixel art. Yeah, sorry. Like
No,
these
I
are
know.
the, like, you know, and then I speak to someone like you and see like, no, that's really like a new way to create value as a creative community, right?
Yeah. I think the concept of the NFTs has, let's say, taken off in a big way too fast, and we were just at the innovating phase.
Yeah.
And a lot of celebrities and have put a bad image on NFTs because a lot of pump and dumps, a lot of jokes are actually like.
You heard them all, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, it was so easy to launch a collection and sell out and end up with a big budget, but then did you have the skill to develop anything? Usually no. And it has led to a lot of people losing money because they were in a hype, a bubble. But give it time and you will see that actually NFTs are one of the best things. I mean, basically it's a non-fungible token. It's a basic and very important form of token, that will have so many forms in the future. And you have to experiment, and building a brand this way is actually possible. We're proving it, and it's let's say a first example, a very beautiful use case for other companies to look at this differently now, that there is no more hype and just see, we could use that for this, and it can be a very solid foundation to like grow a community from zero, and just follow the example now.
I feel like creative people, if you tell them like you can monetize your work like this, build a community, and like basically start a decentralized company around that idea, a lot of them would say, okay, let's fucking do it. Tell me how. But I don't see a lot. Like, okay, Pudgy Penguins is very successful. I'm not so much in the NFT space. Correct me if I'm wrong. But most artists are like, oh no, NFTs, I stay away. You know what I mean?
Because do all artists want to do such a brand? Because once the NFTs are out there, it's either you have the daily pressure of making sure your holders are happy, that the market is dynamic, and it can put you away from the creative thing because you're every day reminded that you have a kind of duty to your holders. I believe many artists don't really want that. They really like the ideas that you can have a proof of ownership, like a limited edition of their art, especially digital artists, where what can they sell? Really prints or experiences, but it's not easy, or they have to work for companies and do curation, but it's not really good either. So they found this amazing opportunity with NFTs, but then what came after that, which is now you have a community, your holders, they can see on the blockchain who they are, and they want, I don't know, the NFT to yield something or to, give more access. And you're like, but I'm just an artist. I did this. I'm happy it's now in existence, but I don't want to be having a liability, So I think it depends really on what you want to do. And that's why many artists right now, well, maybe they tried it and because it was attractive at the time and they made a bit of money, but now they are they don't know what to do and therefore they stay away, or they stayed away the whole time and, they have a bias of since I didn't in the past, why would I start now?
Yeah.
So that's why digital art is still not that big of a deal in NFTs. But.
You said you were there from the beginning. How did you choose your penguin?
So basically, I saw a few people that I respect in the space having penguins. So I was like, oh, what are these penguins? So I went, at the time it was OpenSea, the main platform. I browsed through them, and I like to say that my penguin chose me. Basically, I saw, I don't know, the 100 of them which were listed, and this one just popped up, It's like, oh, that's the one I want, So, yeah, didn't think much about it. In terms of, the rarity of the trade, some people do a complex math to say, oh, this one, there are only
like
50.
One,
yeah, I was very basic, very simple. I like this one. It's perfect. Let me go with it.
Still happy with the decision?
Of course.
One other thing, you are someone who travels a lot in Web3 spaces, and Fifi obviously is not your real name. I do not. I travel under my real name, and you told me like, for you do a whole other job and have a whole other life, right? And like this is like your digital Web3 identity, and everybody's doing it like this.
Yeah.
So they have like their normal life, and they have their Web3 life, right?
Yeah. Does it feel weird to you?
No.
No,
The concept is interesting, but how did that became the norm?
I think it's just like, I mean, we can take my example. Like I've done business school. I created my own company. I'm like a whole, let's say, normal Web 2 person in that part. It's in the coffee industry that I'm working. So, they are not into Web 3 at all. So I will, let's say, play the game, like just be a normal, how you have to be on LinkedIn and stuff. But Web3 is about having, a digital identity. So you have to embrace the fact that, yes, these NFTs, you can use them as profile picture. And of course, you want a Web3 name, on like Ethereum, it's ENS, which is the main identity. It's like your domain name on the ETH blockchain. And you just pick a name and you pick your identity as a picture. And that's how it goes. And when you go to conferences, everybody knows them, like knows each other through Twitter and Discord, where they have these pictures and they have these nicknames. So you're not gonna speak like all year long, like to people who have, like, for example, to Fifi, and then when you meet in real life, say, oh, by the way, my real name is. It doesn't work like that, because it's we are used to it. It's like it's in a way it's a different world. Like Web3 world as it's part of the fun of it. Like we want to change things, we want to make the world a better place, and this means blurring identities, having a whole different outlook on like work and life. So if we were to still use the classic, it wouldn't match with the goals.
Okay, it's really exciting. Cool. What would you say would you define as a success for Pudgy Penguins? If you look back on it and say like, okay, we were successful, what would be your biggest hope?
I mean, what made the Pudgy successful? Like,
what in the future coming, and you say like, we were successful with our mission. What would that be? What would you have to?
Yeah, what's the biggest dream? I think, like, I mean, everyone in the community has their own dream, but having a main big movie, like something that really everyone will have seen in cinemas, would be, I mean, for me, something very iconic and next level. For some, it's about like having the best video games that people can play, and we just have a new one called Pudgy Party. If people want to have a try at it, it's really fun.
It looked fun, actually.
But you see, it's like, having what's really fun right now is a lot of people have seen the Pudgy Penguins, but they don't know through the GIFs.
Like me. I was sending these GIFs and like, these penguins are cute.
Yeah, whatever you type, whatever emotion you want,
collection,
you will see a GIF, and we have such a high success that it will be a Pudgy GIF, and so everyone has seen a Pudgy Penguin in their life. So for me, this is already a good success, because they are used to the character. When they will see a toy in a store, when they will see a game, they will be like, oh, but I know these penguins. I don't remember from where, but I know them. I'm familiar with them. So this familiarity, the fact that it becomes an IP that everyone knows, is the ultimate success.
Cool. Super cool. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.